Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my dyno test and review of the Airaid Race Cold Air Intake equipped with a track day dry filter along with the Bama X4 Power Flash tuner loaded with 2 custom Bama tunes, available for your 2015 and newer V6 Mustang. Alright guys, so the Bama Airaid combination is going to be for the V6 owners out there looking for an affordable intake and tuner combination that's going to result in some pretty solid gains for your 3.7 while also paving the way for future modifications. Now this package is also going to be for the V6 owners out there who might spend a little bit more time on the track compared to the street and want to take advantage of Airaid's extremely free-flowing track day filter. I'm going to talk about why you might want to use the Airaid Cold Air along with some of the details of the Bama custom tune here in a minute, but first let's get into the dyno numbers. Now we already established our baseline run earlier today using our automatic 2015 V6 behind me. We then went to work installing the Airaid Cold Air, we uploaded the 93 octane Bama tune, re-ran the car on the Mustang dyno, and here are the results. Baseline run using our automatic 2015 V6 gave us 241 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. With the intake and tune combination, the car is now making 260 horsepower and 249 pound-feet of torque. That's good for a peak gain of 19 horsepower over those baseline numbers and gains of as much as 21 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque under the curve. Alright guys, so here's the deal. The 2015 V6 Mustang operates off of speed density and not a mass airflow sensor like the cars of the past. So that means that any of the aftermarket cold airs for your V6 do not require the use of a custom tune. So why do we use one? Because we want to see the biggest gains possible. Now, are you going to see some gains using an Airaid or an aftermarket cold air by itself? Sure, you'll probably see a couple of horsepower, maybe a couple pound-feet of torque, but nothing like we're looking at here because honestly the tune is going to be doing most of the heavy lifting. With that said, as you can see, the car is making great power throughout the entire RPM range. A ton of torque down low, matched with some nice high-end horsepower, so overall the tune, the intake, they're doing their job and the car is really putting down some good power. So now that you know what kind of numbers you might be able to expect with your own ride, let's talk about that Airaid a little further. Alright guys, let's talk about the Airaid first, then I'll move on to the Bama custom tune and the X4 device. Now first, I do want to reiterate that this is Airaid's track day option, and because of that, they strongly urge you not to use this filter on your daily driven Mustang. The reason being is the filter itself. Now it might look similar to some of their other options like the Synth Max or Synth Flow for instance, but the difference lies in the material itself. The cotton gauze material on their track day filter does not provide enough particulate protection for daily driving needs. So again, because of that, they don't want you to use this on your daily driver. However, that being said, I'm sure there's a lot of you guys at home that will probably use this on your daily driven Stang, but again, totally your call. If you do decide to run this kit though, guys, here's what you can expect. A really nicely constructed rotomolded plastic intake tube, similar to what you might find with the other kits from Airaid for your 3.7. 4-ply couplers along with nice aluminum fittings here, and finally the stamped sheet metal style heat shield that's going to look great under the engine bay, and it's a big departure from some of the other Airaid sealed air boxes. As for the track day filter itself, guys, well again, it starts out life like many other Airaid filters, polyurethane casing, wire mesh skeleton, but you do have that high flow cotton gauze material that's going to catch most of the larger particulates, but again, it's not going to provide the same protection as the Synth Max or Synth Flow filters, for instance. So that's why they do recommend this for track use only. The filter itself is washable, it is reusable, and it does ship dry, but you can oil it if you prefer. Now me personally, I'd probably keep it dry, just going to make for less maintenance overall, but again, totally your call. On the topic of price, I think you'll find the Airaid Race option to be relatively affordable compared to some of your other options here on the site, and is going to land just south of the $300 price point. Now, I have been on record with saying how much I enjoy Airaid from the quality of build, and the same is going to be true here with the Race option. You're not going to be disappointed from the quality materials down to the fitment itself. Alright guys, with the Airaid pretty much covered, let's go over the Bama custom tuning and the X4 device. Now, even though traditionally Bama is more of an entry-level or value custom tune, it doesn't mean they can't totally knock a tune right out of the park, and that's exactly what they've done with their S660 V6 option. The guys at Bama spent a lot of time on the V6 here, both on the dyno and on the street, and through changes with cam timing, ignition timing, torque tables, and transmission tables, we're really able to unlock a lot more power, but also totally transform the way the car drives. Through those changes in cam timing, the Bama team was essentially able to transform the entire power band of the V6 Mustang, unlocking a ton of power and torque down low to go along with those corresponding top-end gains like we saw with our dyno results. And if you do have an automatic equipped car, the firmer shifts and higher shift points will make the car feel more performance oriented overall, make it feel more sporty as opposed to some mundane rental car. You are going to be receiving 2 custom tunes from Bama, a performance and race tune tailored specifically to your ride and all of its modifications. Now you also have the option of going with a free E85 race gas tune at no additional cost, which is a nice little feature because other options on the site will charge a little bit extra for that. Now you do also get free tune revisions if you add additional bolt-ons down the road, such as long tube headers or throttle bodies at any point with Bama. Those custom tunes will come loaded on the X4 tuner here, which I think is going to be one of the most popular devices in the aftermarket tuning world for a number of different reasons. Very easy to use, has some nice features, and it's relatively affordable, all things considered. Now, along with carrying and uploading those custom tunes, this thing also is packing some features that I think you'll find pretty useful for your ride. First and foremost, guys, this is going to be used as your monitoring device, basically reading and displaying a ton of vehicle data all in real time. You know the deal here: air-fuel ratio, intake air temperature, ignition timing, RPM, coolant temp, things like that, and so much more. And by the way, all this stuff can easily be data logged at any point with a simple touch of a button. In addition to the monitoring capabilities here with the X4, it's also going to be used as your diagnostic tool, basically reading and clearing those diagnostic trouble codes or check engine lights if they ever pop up. And if you would like to return your car to stock at any point during your ownership, the X4 will be able to handle that for you very easily. The X4 is also capable of doing wireless firmware updates, which is pretty nice, and can hold up to 10 custom tunes at one time. Intake and tune combos are not only great power adders, but they're also extremely easy to install. Now, obviously you're looking at a 2-part install here, so let's start with the Airaid first. Very straightforward stuff, guys. Basic hand tools, including a socket set, a few screwdrivers, and a pair of pliers. Really should only take you about 30 minutes from start to finish. As for the tune, total plug and play job here, guys. Locate your car's OBD2 port in the S660. It's going to be on the lower left-hand portion of the dash. Once you plug this thing in, wait for it to power on, navigate to the tuning tab, and then just simply follow the on-screen instructions, and you should be wrapped up in about 30 minutes there. So overall, probably looking at about an hour from start to finish with basic hand tools. So for that reason alone, I'll call it a very simple 1 out of 3 wrenches on my difficulty meter. So if you guys are serious about tracking your Mustang and are looking for maximum performance without compromising the safety of your motor, then the track day option from Airaid is going to be a great choice. And when paired with the custom Bama tuning option here, you're really going to unlock the true potential of your 3.7 liter V6 while setting the table for future modifications in the process. So be sure to learn more about this package and more for your V6 here at AmericanMuscle.com.